Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The madman. The madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
The
you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment. Welcome.
Woo! Welcome everybody to MME International. Yes, I'm your host, Eladia Plays. Bax will be joining us soon, hopefully, make an appearance. He has DM'd me. He told me I can go ahead with this. I am joined obviously by my co-host at this time, Dial. Dial, welcome, of course.
What's happening?
Yes, I'm on
Glad to
Dial's
be here.
channel. We're on Dial's channel as well, so make sure you guys do go over to Dial's channel and go hit that like button, guys, and go subscribe to him. But we also got a guest. Shall we bring on my guest?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. It is Pika Shades, everybody, from Finland. So welcome.
Hello, everybody. I do not have a good intro.
Yeah,
You did it. We just make it up as we go.
we just make it up as we go, as per se. But we're here to talk about a lot of different things. Daniel, welcome. Welcome. How you doing, Daniel? Hopefully you're well. Yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of topics. But before we do, guys, can we reach that 40 like goals, guys? Can we show Max that we could reach 40 likes?
40
Hi,
likes
Ashley.
would be great.
Hi,
Hello,
Ashley.
honey.
Hi, Ashley. How you doing? Anyway, so first topic is Zack Snyder's Justice League in cinema? Question mark.
Again. Even though the first time it was a very limited release, and how long did it go for? Not even a week. I don't even know.
No,
Maybe a couple of days.
Zack Snyder's Justice League was at the Full Circle event, right? And the thing was, Ashley's asking how am I doing? I'm well, thank you very much. And yeah, so the Full Circle event basically was like the Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that was the first time that it ever was shown in the like a theater experience. Right now, Zack Snyder comes out of nowhere, out of left field, and literally states, "Well, let me get the image, because I have the image right here. Let me get it. Where is it? I have to get the here we go. Let me full screen it, screen share, so you guys get to see the context of what I'm saying.
Right. Context is important.
All right. All right, here we go. Want to see Zack Snyder's Justice League on the big screen? Stay tuned for a date. Now, that was tweeted out. That was posted on Vero earlier today. And then hours later, there was the whole Egyptian, what's it called, Rebel Moon director's cut. Yo, what's up, Blue Jay?
What's up, Blue Jay?
How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so there was the whole director's cut for Rebel Moon also announced, which was shown. Now everyone was talking about this. Oh, is Zack going to show off Zack Snyder's Justice League at this? Is it a separate event, or is it going to be for this Rebel Moon thing? And funnily enough, Zack double confirmed this. Let me make sure I get the right one. Well, it didn't confirm, but like, so the Egyptian basically, sorry, the Egyptian cinema basically states that Monday 20th of July to the Thursday the 1st, the Epic Worlds of Zack Snyder featuring 300, Watchmen, Director's Cut, Dawn of the Dead, Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder's Justice League Justice's Grey Edition will be shown in a theater. Now, this wasn't like tweeted out like this was like tweeted out by the company that owns the theater, and Rebel Moon. There will be the Rebel Moon director's cut as well, be shown as well in the big Q&A. Now, a fan did ask on Vero if it's a separate event. Yo, what's up, CY? How you doing? No, it's not a closed panel, CJH. It's not a closed panel. It's not a closed panel. It's an open panel.
Oh, but you know when CJH gets in here, we don't know what's going to happen next.
No, but it's not a closed panel, so members, StreamYard members can join in anyway, as long as they don't swear. That's fine with me.
And stay on topic.
And stay on topic, yes. So, as I was gonna say, so this is what they said. Can you screen share for me, DL?
Can I what?
Can you screen share for the viewers?
Hold on.
Or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, I'm not trying to do it.
All right, cool. Okay, we got confirmation there. The IGN article reached out to WB. It's indeed a different announcement. Okay, that makes it interesting. RJ, you're welcome to join in as well for the conversation. Just saying, buddy. So it says, South Cali guy asks, I'm fairly certain these are two separate and not the same. Zack Snyder, can you clarify for the fans, please? And whoops, I didn't want to do that. And it says, and apparently Zack Snyder liked the tweet. So, and if IGN is also confirming this from what you guys are saying in the chat, where is it? I can't pronounce your name. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Lady
Lee. I'll call you Deli. If what you're saying is
Lane Deli. Lane Deli.
I can't pronounce your name. If I butcher it, I'm so sorry. I apologize. But from what you're saying, if it's a different two separate announcements, that's really good news. CJH get mix it up. What's up, RJ? The minimum amount of people on stream, more focus on stream gets. That's the speed. Okay. Try. Okay. Let me get the article. Let me get the IGN article. Actually, that's a good idea. Thank you for suggesting that. Let me get. Where is it? Where's the IGN article? I've been retweeting all day today, non-stop because of this news. All right, shall we go over the article, guys?
We shall.
And sorry, guys, I know Max normally is here. He told me he'd make an appearance, but
you guys know how this goes.
You know how he goes. All right, here we go. It's been 2 years since Zack Snyder's fans had their prayers answered for the release of his cut of Justice League. Now, the famed comic book director is taken to social media to tease fans with the possibility of Zack Snyder's Justice League for theatrical release. On July 2nd, Snyder issued a temporary check of sorts with DC fans' affinity of his version of Justice League on his official Vero account. In the post, which we already said, was completely black and white with Ben Affleck's Batman. Snyder cryptic wrote, "Want to see Zack Snyder Justice League on the big screen? Stay tuned for the date." IGN has reached out to Warner Bros. For the clarification for the cryptic post. The film's journey into being came after a fans campaign demanding Warner Bros. To release the Snyder cut of Justice League, with Snyder had to drop out of the pictures because of the wake of a family tragedy. In his absence, Warner Bros. Turned to Avengers director Josh Whedon at the helm of the film, which resulted rewrites and reshoots. We don't want to go through all of that, but Given that it was a HBO Max exclusive, Zack Snyder's Justice League never got a theatrical release of 1 or 2 years after the fact that it would be a certain big deal for fans. Should that come fruition, the film's aspect ratio will feel right at home for the big screen. Okay, but where does this say Warner Brothers?
I don't think Warner Brothers confirmed anything yet, did they?
No.
So I think this is just the only thing we've gotten. Maybe he's in discussions with WB, but I don't think they officially put a word out yet.
No, I don't think so either. But you do utilize your mix. No, it's fine. Blue Jay, trust me, it's all good, man. It's all good. We're not here to start. Okay, question. For more or less Snyder fanboy panel, at what point in time are you most hyped for the Snyder movie, about a Snyder movie? So I'm excited. I'm excited for Rebel Moon, director's cut. I'm excited for anything Zack Snyder puts out there, because it gives a different aspect of things. Because I've been a fan of his DC stuff, got to experience that.
Yeah.
I was concerned it was me, but
outside of that. So yeah, go on.
Oh, you were frozen for a little bit.
Okay. It's in the article, guys. It's written they reached out to WB. Okay. We don't have much information outside the Egyptian theater account tweeting out. We don't have a scheduled day for just account tweeting the schedule and day for Justice is Grey on August 1st. I hope that it's not just one theater because that would suck. Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Twilight. I'm excited for Twilight of Dogs. So, Pika, let me ask you this, right? Because you're a guest here. Because you, what is your experience with Zack Snyder, and like, what do you think about this interesting stuff going on here?
My relationship with Zack Snyder has been I think it was something that started passively escalating as his movies came out. It was, I think, Watchmen was the one where I could see that see fully what kind of great director he is in what he can do, and then when it was more on DC movies, that's basically, if you compare, like, Watchmen was pretty much like a comic book come to life, and so the DC movies were pretty much exactly that, the natural move forward. That with Man of Steel, I never hated Man of Steel. With BVS, I never had the negative reaction to it, but when the Ultimate Edition came out, I clearly saw, okay, I can see how people were not fans of it, and I have already told you and Jared when on some stream that not understanding the 2017 being the real thing was it's a shared shame that most fans have, and when it also to also mention, when it comes to BVS, I have done a scene by scene review on it. That's kind of how in depth I was with it. It took 5 videos to make that scene by scene review.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And with Zack Snyder, I did pretty much also almost the same kind of thing of going through the plot with kind of the things to talk about when it came out, and Army of the Dead also kind of a smaller thing. So, as for Rebel Moon and other movies, I have only seen the first one, but I was forced to put my Netflix down because of for budgetary reasons. When the director's cuts come out, I'll probably get a month's worth of subscription to check out everything I need to when it comes to that.
Okay.
I can.
Okay, DL, your thoughts on this?
So, I still enjoy Snyder as a filmmaker. Some of his, I started to get less enthusiastic about him ever since he started his Netflix deal, because I didn't like Army of the Dead, and I didn't like Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2, at least the theatrical
Mhm.
versions. I'm hoping the director's cuts are better, but I've been very let down by him as of late. But as far as them re-releasing the Snyder Cut, I will definitely see it if they're actually going to go through with it. I don't know whether it's going to be like the regular version or Justice Gray. It won't even matter to me. I'll go see it. Yeah, I wish I was able to see it in the theaters for the first time, but so I don't know. I guess I'll take this with a grain of salt until we actually get official word of like, when they'll actually release it and where are they actually going to.
I mean, mind you, there is Comic-Con literally around the corner, right? And for Warner Brothers, like attending there, it'd be really silly of them not to take advantage of saying something.
Right.
You know, not saying something like, oh, ZACK is doing something at the end of August or something. Then, Jacob McKenzie says, if WB does one theater, then that sucks. Agreed.
Yeah, it really
I mean,
does.
I would love to see it in the cinema. In personally, I've never got to experience it. I've got it on digital, but I've never had the opportunity to watch it on the big screen. So I think it'd be really cool for everyone who didn't get the chance to see it at full circle to get that opportunity too. That's my take on it. But that is one topic. But we do have another topic. So
before we get to the other topic, there's one other thing I want to ask you. If you are speculating that he might do something at Comic-Con to reveal the release date of when they would put this in theaters, do you think that they will tie that into like DC in general? Do you think that's going to take away from other stuff that they're working on with DC right now?
No.
Do you think it's in the best interest for WB to do this?
I think it'd be the best interest for Warner Brothers right now, because the thing is with Warner Brothers, they need some sort of revenue to come in, right? And mind you, they've only got one DC film this year. Remember that, and that's the Joker 2. So for them, it'd be a great opportunity to capitalize just on the IP Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, those characters, and people can then say, okay, you know what? People at Warner Brothers and people like James Gunn actually did this and authorized it, and it would be really cool for that. RJ says, I think it would be ZACK who would handle all announcement regarding this, not WB. WB would be probably going hands off, outside giving the blessing and helping to arrange it.
That makes sense.
But it's just that I just feel like it'd be cool for people to get the opportunity to see other theaters, which they didn't get. So that's what I have to say about that. So let's switch gears, shall we? And we're going to be talking about Superman. Now, oh boy, there's been a couple of things, set photos and news about this. Firstly, we got to see this shot of apparently Superman flying, and it looks like he's trying to catch something, and it's in his red dark suit. Do you remember that one that we saw from the first review from James Gunn? That's the suit that he's wearing.
Wait, are you saying that there's two different suits going on? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think there's two different suits. Yeah,
because they both look like the same, like practically. So, like
kind of like if the same costume is somewhat dirty, it automatically starts to look like a little darker.
It's interesting because there was this image, and I was like thinking, hold on a minute, isn't his suit supposed to be brighter? And then it hit me, what if there's two different separate suits, right?
Actually, you actually look at it from this image, the way how his hand is reaching, both of his hands are reaching to the left hand, for example. The sleeve clearly looks like it's bigger than the hand.
I have a better image actually. Oh, here's Superman and Lois flying in the air.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at the image.
Okay.
That's kind of strange kind of lighting issue.
That's
Yeah,
that's the dark one. The dark,
Right, how-
if you remember.
I don't know. I don't know if I can say too much about that, like about if it's two different suits or not. I don't want to make a claim because, like, I mean,
Because there was another let me see if I can get the other image. Because there's also other news as well, which we can talk about, which was the fact that Christopher Reeve's son is also going to be in the film, which is, I'm fine with that. Chris Reeve's son being a part of a film, as a reporter, because he is a reporter in real life. So that would be pretty cool to have that in the film.
yeah, definitely a nice homage.
Nice homage to Christopher Reeves. James Gunn will need to give approval to is to Luke and Abdiga.
Yeah,
it's the same suit, just battle damage. The other shots of the suits or the picture that show it's still got that bright. Okay.
I can see that. We kind of look like shaded. Like it's
But
most of the
it
costume
feels
is in
weird.
shadow.
But RJ, you get me, right? It feels weird to see it like this darker, tone suit compared to the bright one, which really pops out and stands out on set. Like, you get me, DL.
I get what you're saying, but like it could be like because I have a feeling that maybe like the first two acts, first two to three acts, like we're going to get like the optimistic, bright, optimistic tone, and then as we get more into the plot with the engineer and Lex and whatever that mystery person is in the black suit with the U on it, it'll start, the tone will start to get a little darker and more serious, and I think that will also show him maybe like in the color palette and like if his suit is battle damaged or whatever. So that's what I'm thinking this is. But if he does have more than one suit, we'll just have to see. I don't know.
I mean, there's also like this tweet that post from on what's it called, Threads, that James Gunn posted. Let me get that up. Which is this one right here.
Oh, that's cool.
And it just says #Superman.
That's cool.
So that was pretty cool. Let me just put that down. There we go. So there's that.
Do you get the other pictures of him flying off and him? It looks like he's saving a woman and a dog from like a.
Oh yeah, I can get those. Yeah, let me get those. 1 second. Where's my profile? 1 second. I've done a lot of tweets today. Yeah, I have got those images. All right, so here's the shot of him flying up in the air.
Look at that. Look at that.
Do you see the color contrast between this suit and the other image we saw before?
I do. And yeah, so like it could be right, could be a different suit. I feeling it might be like we might get like another like vision or whatever with him in a different suit. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But
Pika, how do you feel? Pika, how do you feel about this suit tonight? Comparing it to the other images that I've shown, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's kind of brighter and if on trying to look like the other suit, and obviously being behind the scenes footage, it's gonna look worse than how it will probably look in the final product. But there's always the kind of thing that are we still supposed to buy? Okay, it has not been confirmed or disconfirmed that this is supposed to be a suit that Mark Kent made. Because
I mean,
and
we don't know if they've gone with the Mark Kent origin or if they've gone with the Kryptonian heritage from the New 52. We don't know that. But the one thing we do know is that, yes, the undies are a separate thing. It's not like sewn on. Like you know how like Superman Returns film was, DL.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
that was actually sewn on. This is like a completely separate part.
Mhm.
And it always keeps
Welcome.
reminding me of the Fortnite Superman costume.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I said when the images first coming out, I really liked how the suit looked. Especially after after that, the sitting down photo, the infamous sitting down photo. I didn't know how to feel about it when I first saw that, but when actually seeing it behind the scenes and actually seeing the color and how it fits on him, yes, there's still a couple of riffles here and there, but it's just, to me, like everything else just looks so good to me. Even like the collar stuff, and I know people complain about the alien lines in the suit. Like, all just seeing it in context, I think will make a whole lot of difference. And even seeing him just flying off in this, like it doesn't look as baggy as it did in some of the other photos. So I think they're going to fix some of that in post, and actually seeing him in motion, I think it will look better.
That third shot with him with his arm up, that should have been the pose for the first reveal of the suit, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I agree too.
I think that should have been the pose for the reveal of the suit. I think people would have been a lot more better and a lot more. They would take it a lot more. It wouldn't be bad and people hate on it. I think people would be more accepting of it. But there was another shot as well which you mentioned. Where, there it is.
Oh, look at that!
Just look at that shot right there. The cape is flapping.
Like, it literally looks like a panel from a comic book, man. Like this,
literally
from behind. Yeah, it's gonna be great to see how it looks from the front, and whatever they're gonna add on top of that, what he's holding, and remove the two guys on the side from post.
Blue Jay says, even the lines don't bother me now. Here's
James Gunn to speak for himself. I mean, Blue Jay speak for himself.
Blue Jay.
Hello.
Go ahead, buddy. Welcome on board, buddy.
How you doing? All
right. So what do you think of the set photos and what we've been discussing? And
man, they look great. I really like in the suit. I'm with you guys because I really don't understand how. I mean, I'm not into this stuff as you guys are, but the stuff like the first picture of him sitting down, putting on his boots on. I mean, that's a fine picture, but as your first look, I would go for something more like this. Just for the more eye candy for people to be like, okay, yeah, this is Superman. Okay, I'll be on board. But then we got, it gives us a lot of memes. I'll tell you that. Yeah, but yeah, with the suit itself, it's growing on me. Like I said in the chat, the colors pop. I did complain about the lines being like an unnecessary detail, but now looking at them right now, they don't really bother me now. It's just all we need is just to see him in motion. I need a trailer. I need to see him do some cool punchy action. That's all I need. But this set photo is pretty much is enough for me to say, well, I'm gonna see a movie regardless. But this set photo will be like, yep, I'm seeing this. I'm really curious to see what what James Gunn's sensibilities brought to the table when it comes to his version of Superman.
I'm sorry to say to all the Snyder fans, but it's a little bit this is starting to grow on me a little bit, and this is coming a lot from a Snyder fan, right? I just like the cape flapping from the back, and the fact the way he's posing, is definitely. I don't think. Here's the thing. Yes, I feel it is outdated with the trunks, but the thing is, they've gone back to like what they did with Action Comics 1000, and they've referenced that. That's what they've done. They've gone back to the comics from, was it 20? How many years ago was it, Pika? If you remember,
I
Action
think
Comics.
Bendis did it at sometime in 2018, I think.
2018. So it's about a few years since they had the trunks back. So just thinking about it, DL, I think that's what James Gunn is doing that.
I mean, we've talked about before, like, you know, with all the additions on the suit, with the collar and the tights and the Kingdom Come logo and the gold, the yellow logo on the back of the cape. We've said before, he's trying to homage all the different eras of Superman in that suit, and I commend him for doing that. And you guys know, I love me some Henry Cavill as Superman. I love his suit. Like, as far as his look, he looks great. So just keep that in mind for people that, you know, I love Henry Cavill's suit.
His suit is my favorite. Like, that's my favorite suit. I'm not a Superman guy, but I like the Man of Steel suit more. I just like the little like details on it. Like I like the version of the House of L. His just the way it just looked very, very larger. But this looks good. Looks good. I bet you it looks better in the film, but it probably be my second favorite suit if the movie's really good.
I'm trying to get the image of Chris Reeve's son on set, so I can show people, because that is pretty cool to have Christopher Reeve's son to partake in a DC film. Like apparently there's also this shot right here, which is Panic in the Street, and this is for the Superman film.
That's something actually I wish they were allowed the Snyder movies to do, also to show the civilians reacting more, because after Man of Steel they pretty much
did do that, but it wasn't as if like it was. We didn't get to see these. Like, remember, this is like 70s types of retros. This is retrofitting.
I don't think it's going to be fit in like a certain, like, I don't think like Superman is going to be fit in a certain type of era. Okay, actually, before, let me address this comment right here. I bet we only like the setting for it because it's James Gunn. That's not true.
That's not true.
Do I have more faith in this because of James Gunn? Yes, because he's proven himself with the previous comic book films that he's worked on. He's a really good storyteller, and he cares about the characters and certain properties. And he also understands that not every superhero should be put in a box. However, if this was a different director and I've seen these set photos, I would say a very similar thing, because I, as a Superman fan, as a DC fan, I can still acknowledge whether it's James Gunn working on this or not with the Superman suit. I'm not even saying the Superman suit is my favorite. I never said that. It's not my favorite, but there's a lot of things I like about the suit overall. As I said, watching the different eras of Superman, how bright it looks, how David Cornsweet looks in the suit. It looks good. We just saw that image of him lifting a thing. It literally looks like a panel from the comics, you know? So yeah, it's not just because it's James Gunn, but it gives me a little bit more faith because it's James Gunn, because he's proven himself before.
I will say, I forgot to mention, I think nobody's really talking about this. This movie is going to be very close to home for me because they're filming this in Ohio.
Yes.
And I live in Ohio.
Oh, look at that. Did you ever go to the, I know they have the Superman memoriam there. Have you ever been there?
I know they're like in Cleveland and Columbus. I'm like 2 hours away from there. But then I made a joke of like, expect the post-credit scene from yours truly.
Oh boy.
I'll be like,
I'm trying to see
Superman.
But yeah, going back to the Citizen thing though, they did show that in Man of Steel. Like, he did help people, and like he did, you know, they did try to have some sort of like connection that Superman had. But I felt like, even me, I felt like in Man of Steel and BVS, I felt like they could have done more, because that's one of the biggest things about Superman is his connection to the people, you know, like, because he is such like a role model to everyone. So I just wish that we saw that more in Snyder's films. That we saw, like, I mean, yeah, they showed like there's people that were scared of him and like were unsure about an alien coming to Earth, but we didn't see enough of the balance of there are people out there that appreciate what Superman is doing, saving people. Like we didn't see like that personal connection that he has. That's a role model to society and stuff like that. So I like to see.
RJ is saying, hold up, I've got a couple of messages. I think it helps that it has long legs, makes the joint look better. I'm liking everything that I'm seeing. It seems it's representing the character and the world of Superman very well, at least from visual and aesthetic perspective.
Yeah.
And Dan says, not gonna lie, these newest photos are winning me over. The 3 where he takes off, and I took so much, Yeah. For me, I don't like the dirt thing. That I don't know.
Like battle scars? You don't like battle scars when he's facing danger?
By the way,
I mean, when the dirt goes on a stand out, like a pop out comic book, like you can see the dirt and everything, right?
Yeah. So it seems like he's in a big battle right now. So
it makes it look weird, like Pika. Like, what you gotta say, man?
I would more like to say that making the costume dirty and having that kind of battle damage is probably a compromise compared to you know how there were the 2 Death of Superman movies, the Superman Doomsday and the one I recently covered earlier this year. Yeah. Apparently, WB had this kind of mandate that you can't have Superman's costumes get torn or ripped or any kind of damage on it.
What?
Yeah, apparently that's a thing. So if you have Superman fighting against some people, it's basically like in video game terms, the way how Superman's costume looks, it's kind of like his health bar. As long as it's intact, he is fine. But when it starts to get torn, that's when you know he's fighting a serious battle where his life could be in danger. That's pretty much like how it was in the original Doomsday story. When he fought Doomsday, his costume was getting torn as the shreds there. But when it came to adaptations like Superman Doomsday and the Death of Superman movie, in the 2007 movie, which I'm covering, trying to work on, their Superman's costume was mandated that it couldn't get torn apart. In the Death of Superman movie, there they pretty much did some damage to it, but this is probably a compromise.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was the mandate. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah.
But
so we do have something else that I want to share. That because we talked a lot about Superman. I think that's enough Superman. I think, don't you guys think?
I mean, I could talk about Superman all day, but we can move on.
It's up to the chat. Chat, do you want us to continue on? With,
did you already bring up the photos with Christopher Reeve's on?
I'm trying to find it.
Is he? Let me see.
If you can find the image, DL.
I've seen it.
Blue Jay, if you can get the image and screen share it, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that would actually help tremendously.
I think I've seen it from RJ. Let me just actually look. Let me go to RJ's thing.
I'm happy for Zack Snyder Justice League to be in theaters, Antonio. So are we. We're just gonna have double confirmation. Welcome, by the way, welcome Antonio to the stream. Normal Superman. Okay.
Hater.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I know RJ sent. I know RJ shared. Oh, I think I found one.
Go on, screen share it, and then I can do the. Then you could show that image. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people don't understand that they're bringing the world together, which is a good thing. Like,
okay.
And this is coming from a Superman fan, by the way, guys. An actual Superman fan.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, if you can't find it, no worries. We can move on.
I have it queued up on here. I'm screen sharing it right now.
You are?
Yeah.
Right. There we go.
Yep.
You probably want to hide your messages. All right. So there is Christopher Reeve's son. and
I
he's a
know there's a
report.
better photo of him somewhere.
No, but that's
Oh.
the best one
Yeah.
I could find. I think.
Yeah.
It's probably just going to be like a minor role. He might be a reporter or
He
just a civilian.
is. No, he
Yeah.
is a reporter. He's a reporter
Okay.
on the film. That's confirmed. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, switching gears, shall we?
Okay.
And some Fantastic Four news.
All right.
We got some new art. This firstly popped up in my timeline. We're getting like this sort of thing, which is Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm. And then I saw this Comic-Con celebrate Pop Tarts, and you can see the
Oh, it's not
Fantastic.
sharing.
We can't see.
Oh, you can't see?
Nope, we got to share the screen, man. There you
Oh,
go.
There we go.
Yeah, Johnny Storm. Johnny.
Oh, did you pick a hey,
Oh,
what's up?
yeah, Reed and Johnny.
Yeah, so this is from this was posted online, and I'm just like thinking, I saw the other image, but I can't find the other one. So this is what I'm going off on. So apparently,
on.
go on.
I thought I
found it on
saw some
Google.
like HD
I found it on
photos.
Google with the other image as Sue.
There's an image in the corner down there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There it
There
is.
it is.
There in the
Sorry,
corner.
Sorry, there it is. There we go. There's the second one.
Okay.
I'm quite interested in this movie. I'm cautiously optimistic. The 1960s setting is different. At least they're doing something
In a different multiverse.
In a different. I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm like,
I mean, honestly, like, I'm up for it because like it's gonna be interesting with them trying to crowbar like these heroes like this and the X-Men. Like, oh, they've been around since the beginning. Okay, where were they then? So I think this is just one way of them trying to like figure out a way to put them in without having to do like some convoluted thing. Be like, they've been here.
That's my only concern is like you have these characters that have had movies before that failed twice, well, 3 times, that failed a couple times, and then now they're introduced this late in the MCU, this far, and then now you're gonna try to work your way in to say, okay, these characters have been there for a while now. Like, okay, but a 1960s setting, I'm up for. Not a biggest fan of having them in a different universe. Now I'm I just want to see if this is good. If we can actually get a good Fantastic Four movie. That's all I care about.
That's the most important thing.
That's the most important thing, and I think we're gonna get like a full, like maybe a first. I don't think we're gonna get a teaser for the trailer, a teaser trailer at Comic-Con, but I think we're gonna get them on stage, and the reveal of the villain or whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool to have on stage, Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And I also think it'll be Kevin Feige coming up on stage and saying like, "Hey, these are Fantastic Four. Here's our cast. Here's our villain for the movie," and it'll get a massive pop, I reckon. That's my take on it.
But didn't they say they kind of already revealed that it's going to be Galactus? Well,
it's the Ralph Ineson.
He has a great voice, by the way.
He does.
Really?
He
Okay.
really does. Just watch an interview, and then you'd be like, "Oh, yep, I see."
You'll be scared of interviewing him.
But still, like, sorry, I was gonna ask. Do you guys think we're gonna get any more Marvel stuff besides the Fantastic Four at San Diego Comic-Con?
Blade's coming out November 2025. No, just kidding.
We'll start off with Pika. Let's start off with Pika, then we'll work our way up. Pika, go ahead.
I'm looking up also the.
What, like, do you think, Pika, that we're gonna get more Marvel IPs there? Like, you know, in terms of
It's
announced.
hard to say because the Deadpool and Wolverine should have come out before that, so that's not gonna be any kind of thing. And Blade has been pretty much been on-off situation with the writers and directors and Marshall Ali on it. So that's kind of thing. So it's pretty much Fantastic Four, and if they have those game stuff, that's pretty much only Marvel stuff they probably could do there. Fantastic Four and just like that Captain America game, that maybe is, if they get something more about that, then that's probably Comic-Con worthy. Or would it be worthy?
What about you, Blue Jay?
As terms of Marvel news, they've already blown their load 2 years ago by announcing an entire saga. Like, remember that? Like,
yeah,
that kind of.
Remember when they said that? They
Yeah.
said that Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 were going to come out 6 months.
I doubt each other. I was like, yeah, I doubt it. But I'm expecting some announcements, but I don't think they're going to do the same as 2 years ago. Maybe announce a couple. That's what they should have done, honestly. That's why they got themselves in the pickle. Blade, I don't know. That movie's a PR nightmare for them at this point. Just don't even bother. I'm not even convinced that movie's even real, even when I'm watching the movie.
It's like, this movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, this movie doesn't exist until the end. It's like, oh wait, this movie does exist. I'm expecting stuff out of Fantastic Four, obviously. I'm expecting Thunderbolts. I'm kind of intrigued over Thunderbolts and maybe Captain America. Maybe just the movies for next year. We'll go from there. Just go from there. But what I don't like about Fantastic Four is that this movie's coming out 2 weeks after Superman.
Yeah.
I hate freaking Marvel sometimes. They always do like
some petty shit, man.
It's like Marvel thinks, okay, you know what, we got to up one on DC, and that's the problem. They're not going to be able to outdo DC when it comes to IPs, right? Yes, what's his name? Pedro Pascal is a big name, but as a big IP concern, Superman is a bigger IP out of the two.
I mean, that's just a side thing. It's just my concern. It's just like this is James Gunn, who's from Marvel. Like, don't like those like two colleagues. I don't be like, hey, we want to try to be successful. We just want to release this close to each other. Like, I want Superman to be good and be successful, and I want Fantastic Four to be successful and good too.
Yeah,
it's the clashing. I'm just like, we don't want whatever is going on, but that's just me. But all in all, I'm expecting some announcements. Not the same thing, or maybe they just suddenly become, oh, let's announce all the entire saga again, but with different release dates, and then just have them in a different pickle as they were last time. So,
okay, DL, you got anything to add before we switch gears and talk about our next few topics, because there is a few more topics before we wrap up.
Okay, so as far as Marvel, what do I expect? I think the main focus should be Fantastic Four, since they seem to be the most confident. That's what they want to show at Comic-Con, so that should be the main thing. As far as other things, I agree with Blue Jay. If there was anything else they want to show, it'd probably be something from Captain America Brave New World or Thunderbolts. Heck, they can even do a little thing with Agatha all along if they want to do something like that. But that's probably the only things I would expect. Blade, I'm just expecting any day for Mahershala Ali to leave. It's become the new Flash. It is the Flash now. So it's like, so I don't know. I hope they get their act together with that. And I agree with Blue Jay too. Like, I really don't think that Superman and Fantastic Four should be released in 2 weeks from each other, because they're both very similar markets, and they both have a lot of weight on their shoulders as it is. Like, they're two different scenarios, but like Superman, once again, has to bring the DC universe back. They have to make a good Superman film. And James Gunn So they already have a lot of weight on their shoulders. And then with Fantastic Four, not only do they have to get a Fantastic Four movie good for the first time, but also have to help reinvigorate the MCU after Phase 4 and Phase 5 being severely disappointing. So there's a lot stacked on both of these, and I think they will both eat each other as far as like box office because they're similar demographics. So it's like, I don't know. I'm hoping they both come out okay, but I really don't think this was a good idea on either of their parts to just release 2 weeks from each other.
RJ says Fantastic Four is going to get delayed to November 2025. Just
Which-
wait, LOL.
I'm hoping, just for the sake of Superman.
Yeah,
but
me too.
that's
Me
it.
too.
Hopefully nothing too bad. Just for the sake of your fellow colleague James Gunn, for it to be successful, so we can get more DCU movies.
Yes.
I have to agree with RJ. I think it's probably gonna get delayed by 4 to 5 months anyway. So then they can put a lot more effects into the film and CGI and stuff. Because you gotta remember, Fantastic Four, it's not one of those things where, it's gonna be, practical. There's a lot of
another $200 million Marvel project. What else is new?
Yeah, it has. It's majority of the things that, like, for example, the villains, and what's it called? Johnny Storm's effect. They have to do that CGI stuff.
The stretching powers on Reed Richards. That has
Yeah,
to look.
that's another thing too. Is like, it's like the stretching powers on Reed Richards. It's
everybody's going to be looking at that the most because I already hear stuff be like, oh, the stretching powers is going to look silly. If you ever listen to Perp talk about Reed Richards' stretch powers, it's just from there. So they really got to make sure it looks good.
Okay, so RJ is saying Blade is currently dated for November 2025, so Fantastic Four will just take that date instead. That is a very good point. That is a very, very good point, RJ.
That movie is just causing so much trouble. Just take it off indefinitely, or just cancel it altogether if you want.
Just let Mahershala go. Just let him go.
Just let it go. Just let it go. I'm just saying.
I know it's gonna look bad on them, but you gotta take your losses, man.
It is what it is, isn't it? That's the best way to put it.
That's
my
just
only concern.
The way it is.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. My only concern, though, is if they do push it back to November, is that going to affect the timeline of other films releases? When does Thunderbolts come out?
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts is supposed to be
2025.
May 5th next year.
May 5th. Okay.
May.
So I'm hoping if they do push that back, it's not going to affect their chronological thing, even though it already started becoming muddled with ever since WandaVision and then the Secret Invasion, the Marvel stuff doesn't make sense where that comes into the timeline, and then Eternals is just a whole other issue there. But
Anthony, they're not moving that. They're not moving that back. I'm just telling you that.
Nope, they are planting their flag. James Gunn is planting his flag.
Yeah.
He's not going nowhere.
Yeah, James also went on.
Honestly,
We're gonna have it to this day, and then his brother went, "That's Dad's birthday." I didn't even know that.
Yeah. This would make sense. You're just switching the Fantastic Four and Blade release dates.
Well, when is they're not releasing Blade next year?
Oh my god!
They're not releasing it in June. July. That's not happening.
Honestly, like July from MCU movies, they're like too close to each other. May 2 months later, then we get another Marvel movie. And then 4 months later, we get another Marvel movie.
This is not going to get moved.
Also,
back.
Captain America comes out on your birthday, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the same thing with Black Panther. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Blue Jay.
Happy birthday.
You played. Psych.
Madam Web again. Happy birthday.
Don't remind me.
So I think the RJ's got one comment here. Then we'll switch up. The July release date for next year would be just empty, and they'll release anything. Just release it in June or May. May would be perfect for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, honestly, like, can Marvel just let DC have that month? It's like
No, it's Marvel. Remember, they want to Marvelize us. So, but I think that was our main topics. But I think we got some other topics to talk about now, which is Beverly Hills Cops 4 and its first review from IGN. And shall we talk about how the review went for that?
Oh man, I was just rewatching the first one. I was just getting prepped up. Freaking loved
I
it.
just watched the first one for the first time.
First time?
What?
First time.
I'm kidding.
I did put a review on my channel. Y'all can check it out if y'all want to check out my channel.
Samuel saying, "Let's hope this new Fantastic Four movie breaks the bad movie curse. Plus, how popular is Fantastic Four with the general audience?
Not
to be
very
honest,
popular.
It's not very popular. The Fantastic Four IP is not that popular. So
in terms of the normies, like people know about the Jessica Alba, like the Tim Story versions.
Gosh darn it, man!
Those were kind of.
They're gonna announce announce the Fantastic Four delay during Comic-Con in 3 weeks. All right, Jacob McKenzie.
Ooh, that'll be bad.
Because the play got no director. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about Beverly Hills Cops review from IGN, and it got a very good review, a solid 8 out of 10, which is pretty good. You know, for a Netflix thing. How do you guys feel about that? Like getting an 8 out of 10 for a film which is like over 30 years old.
Well,
40 years old.
Over 40 years old.
I feel like this movie should have been in theaters, by the way. This is like the same production. This is like the same. Jerry Bruckheimer's back. You know, if it's great, it should have been in theaters, by the way. But this is good. It's good. It's great. I'm stoked to see that. I'm about to rewatch the other two on Prime Video, so I'm excited.
Don't you mean 3 because there's 3 Beverly Hills Cops?
No, I watched the first one, but I watched the other two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Jacob McKenzie's bringing up the Fantastic Four thing. He's saying by the time Fantastic Four finishes, which will be around December, they'll have another 8 or 9 months to do post-work. That's true. You're not wrong, Jacob McKenzie.
Wait, I just thought about this too. Doesn't Avatar 3 come out next year in December?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, that's gonna shoot. If they move that to November, even though Fox, I mean, it's 20th Century is owned by Disney, but it's like, do they want a Marvel film and Avatar to come out within a month of each other? I don't know.
Hey, make the next Barbenheimer.
What you call it? Fantastifar? Avatastic? Ford? I don't.
A Marvel Avatar Marvatar.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Marvatar. That sounds like a
Marvatar.
Marmalade or marmalade.
Anyway, Beverly Hills Cop.
Anyway, Beverly Hills Cop, because that's what we're talking about is Beverly Hills Cop, because we talked about Fantastic Four. If you guys want to put your last comments on for Fantastic Four, feel free to put them in the comment section in the chat. We will read them out as always, because I'm a nice guy. I like to read every comment in the chat. So,
but you correct me if I'm wrong about Axel F. Like, wasn't it? Didn't Paramount make the film and Netflix is just distributing it, or did they actually make Axel F?
Let me look. I think I remember back when the pandemic that they actually. All right, let me see. Okay, so this movie was in development for a while, but they did. I think they kind of sold it to Netflix.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Coming to America for Prime Video, but they actually Paramount actually produced Coming to America too. But I don't think Paramount's name is on there.
Okay, well, either way, I'm glad that this movie's getting good reviews, especially because of the Netflix stigma that's on most of the films released there. It seems like between this
has aged pretty well.
He is. He's 64 years old, man. 63, 64. He's still.
He's still kicking butt. It's like I'm
Mhm.
just like thinking, when is this guy ever gonna retire? Like, come
Eddie
on.
Murphy.
Yeah.
I love Eddie Murphy. That dude's never not funny to me.
He's not. He is funny.
I
It
used to
makes
have
me
a
think
DVD box for the.
there should be. You know, I was saying this to one of my friends. There should be a crossover between Beverly Hills Cops and Bad Boys 4.
I've said on a previous stream they should. I mean, that would be cool too. I would watch it, but they need to do a crossover with Bad Boys and 21 Jump Street. Yeah, because Sony owns both of those properties, and I'm surprised they haven't thought about it.
That makes more sense than that freaking MRB crossover. Don't get me started with that.
Yeah, many black shirts.
What's she saying no to? Is she saying no to the Beverly Hills Cop or the 21 Jump Street?
21 Jump Street. I think 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think Men in Black should be left
confirm
where it
first.
is because Men in Black is not the same without Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith.
Yeah, they found that out with International.
But yeah, for
she
me,
said both.
She said
both.
She don't like fun, but
for me, I'm looking forward to this. Like what DL says about Netflix movies. Netflix movies just tend to look very dull to me. Like the more you watch them, they have this really uninteresting looking sheen on the screen. It just I'm a visual person. I can just look that it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah,
and
like they have that cinematography and color grading where you instantly know, yep, that's Netflix.
Yeah, that's a Netflix. Like every time I look at it, it's like, yeah, this looks bland. And I was like, bro, this is not interesting to look at. But and even looking at Beverly Hills Cop, this looks the same way. But I'm hoping that Eddie Murphy makes it up. But I'm hearing it's good, so I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Too many big stars in one movie. You can't handle it.
You're very funny, Ashley. Ashley, you're very funny. So I like to say that you make me laugh.
Who doesn't want to see Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy back on screen together? Have you seen Life?
Oh my
god. Oh my god.
Oh, Life.
What about Boomerang?
Boomerang. Yeah.
But guys, like I gotta say, right? The reviews for Beverly Hills Cops, it's a good sign. Obviously, it comes out. Well, it comes out what, tomorrow or today?
I think it comes out Thursday.
That's tomorrow.
Well, I mean,
releasing on
tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So right in time for 4th of July. So I still got to make my way through 2 and 3, but I'll get to Axel F eventually. But I'm glad to hear that this and like something like the Knives Out.
Oh, it comes out today.
Oh yeah, this comes out Wednesday. But yeah, I'm glad to see this and stuff like the Knives Out films are breaking the Netflix curse as far as quality.
Yeah.
So
Well, they actually got actual people there.
House of the Dragon.
Like
I still haven't
well-named people behind the scene instead of just like that crappy Jessica Alba action movie. That movie was
what was it? Atlas?
Trigger Warning. No, it was called Trigger Warning. No, the Atlas one with Jennifer Lopez, that movie was just boring.
Now I've got to ask this question to Pika. Pika, have you ever watched the Beverly Hills Cop series? Because you are a guest. So
yes, I used to own the DVD box of the original trilogy at one point.
Right.
Yeah. I remember the first movie was the. Okay, I can't quite remember most of them, but I remember the last one was about the. Most of those movies were about him trying to going out of his jurisdiction to LA and trying to find and figure out, trying to prove that the villain with the good publicity is the real villain with the other cops, like Judge Reinhold and the.
Are you excited for the new one?
Well, I should be, but like I said previously, I'm currently without Netflix right now, and I'm trying to wait for a good moment where I'm gonna get one of those 1 month descriptions and then binge all the new stuff that I would do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a budgetary thing. I
Budgetary
can't have
thing,
too many
yeah.
That's very
streaming
understandable.
services.
Which is
Yeah.
all understandable. Yeah. So let's talk our next topic, which is the Hellboy trailer. Oh boy.
Oh, please, I don't want to talk about it. No, no.
Oh, Jacob says I don't even notice that Pika has Pikachu effect. That's very cool.
Yes, nice hat, sir.
Pikachu.
Please
Yeah.
save me. Spare me. The
Yeah,
torture.
this
Oh,
is
It's not good. It's not a good
no,
trailer.
I did not like it.
I did not like
So-
it at all. The Hellboy trailer.
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Blue Jay. Go on, you go first.
I love Guillermo del Toro. I love him to death. I love his Hellboy movies. The 2019 one is not as good as the two, but I can see what they were trying to do. It does have some nice visuals in there. I like David Harbour as Hellboy. I just don't like it as much as Guillermo del Toro's version. And I go, just give the man the money. He's a well-respected filmmaker at this point. Give him his Hellboy trilogy. And with them looking at this thing, and I go, man, this is the bottom of the barrel, dude. That makes the 2019 one look great. It just, there's like little to no money going on. It's just them in this forest. I'm like, wow, a forest. Oh boy. We're in a forest. Ooh. Like all these creepy things going on. I was like, we've seen this before. It's like any other low budget horror film, except you have Hellboy, which looks, I'm not gonna blame the actor. I mean, I'm sure I've seen this dude. I think I've seen that dude before. I don't know where, but he seems like a really good actor and stuff. I don't think I feel like this movie is out of place though with Hellboy.
So what we're talking about, guys, here's the image. We'll show the image on screen.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Just for context for you guys in the chat, here's what the Hellboy looks like.
It looks.
Oh, the color correcting would. Yeah, it should be redder, like in the lower image.
It's the human eyes for me. That's like taking me out. Why does he have human eyes? He needs to have yellow eyes. Like what? I don't know. People are about to say, "Oh, you're nitpicking about that." He's not a human. Why does he have human eyes?
I didn't even notice until you pointed out. Oh yeah,
literally, I'm just like, what?
They could fix it in post, like what it looks like in the trailer, and then what it looks like in the final product.
No.
But that's not wishful thinking.
Let me tell you about the actual director.
Go on.
Do you mind, DL? So I can give him some great context.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Please indulge us.
This is the movie directed by Brian Taylor. Okay, he's kind of one half of this directing duo he did with his friend named Mark Neville-Dean. So those two did Crank with Jason Statham.
Okay.
Crank, the first two Crank movies.
Yep.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
A movie called Gamer with Gerard Butler. And their greatest achievements, Ghost Rider 2.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I'm sorry. In terms of the movies that they directed.
I had to stop at Jonah Hex. I'm like, no.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He didn't. They didn't direct Jonah Hex. They wrote Jonah Hex.
Either way.
Either way, it's still bad.
What?
But anyway, this looks cheap. I'm just.
This looks like it's made for $500,000.
And it's cheaper than the Superman movie. Just saying.
Yeah,
dude,
it's kind of a weird thing with the. But it's gonna be what the story is supposed to be set to the crooked man.
The
Because-
crooked
Man,
Yeah, the
it's like I'm
crooked,
sure
yeah.
it's like some the comic people are like, actually in the comics it was like this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, that's great, but literally, if you told me this was a fan film on YouTube, I would believe you.
Yeah,
That's what it
probably
feels
would
like.
be.
It feels like
I
a
don't
fan
even
film.
get
Yeah.
opposed to
Depends on some fan films will depend on what if they're if you have the small budget they have and have managed to pull it into something that's how should I put this, narrow it down to something close to small kind of thing.
Like
For example,
like,
few years ago they made that fan film about SCP-096. I reviewed it poorly at the time, but even when you look at that movie, it took the original SCP file and a case report about the incident where it took place, and it was somewhat well filmed in location, and then with the actors, with the cinematography and everything else. It wasn't bad. It was serviceable, but it would have been probably better. Considering the budget they had, it was fine-ish.
Okay.
Could be the same thing with this, but it's still the
It's still bad.
scope with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, bad at worst and serviceable at best.
RJ says, "Yeah, I'm scared. This look is really, really cheap. I don't think a cheap horror film or take on Hellboy is a bad idea, but I just think this looks weird." LOL.
Its presentation is weird. It's just the way it was the way it. Hold on, go back to that. No, those two are better than what this is.
Yeah,
at least they try to make David Harbour's full very grisly looking and stuff. I like these two designs better. This just, as a fan film, I can give this a pass. But if this is trying to be like a professional kind of movie, and heard this was announced like that way with the original comic book creator, right?
Yeah, yellow eyes.
Look, that's true. They should make an animation instead.
Yellow eyes, as you said, yellow eyes.
Just give me a Hellboy animated series. I would watch the shit out of it.
Yeah,
I would totally
watch that. Yes,
you can do more with animation than with the live action.
Yes.
Because in
that
live
style,
action, you need to do the whole compare CGI, some of those things that you could just do naturally with animation.
Right, because like I feel like with the whole spectrum of the Hellboy movies we've gotten, it's like I don't think any of them really like, because like the core of Hellboy is like, yeah, it has mystical things and has creatures going on, but it wasn't like a big spectacle thing that Guillermo del Toro made in the first two films. Now they're still really enjoyable films. Those are still my favorite, but it's like with the I understand why they didn't want to continue with that, because Guillermo del Toro was trying to make like a over $200 million Hellboy 3 when the first two movies barely made a profit at the box office. So okay, I understand. You don't want to take a risk on it. If the two first times you did it, they underperformed. I understand. And then we get to the reboot with David Harbour, where they're trying to be darker like the comics, but it like the editing in that was so freaking weird. The story was all over the place. So yeah, tonal wise, it was trying to be more like the comics, but still not really understanding what Hellboy is. And so now we get to this where it's trying to be a low budget, like borderline Blair Witch Project level like production with this
Hellboy project.
Oh.
And it's like now this is like this, as RJ mentioned earlier, it looks too cheap. You can't make Hellboy super cheap either, because we're still dealing with supernatural creatures and mysticism and all that. So we can't just make this movie for $50 and call it a day. Like, no. Like, I don't understand what they're trying to do with Hellboy. I don't think they even know what they want out of this franchise. They're really trying to recover from the Guillermo del Toro stuff, and they still still haven't done it. So
Yeah,
I don't
still
know.
haven't- they're still-
those
they're
movies
still-
are good. Those movies are good, and yeah, they don't make a profit, but I mean, some movies like their first movies bomb, but they come back as successful. That happens. I mean, I'm not saying that they make a third one with Guillermo coming back and Ron Perlman that makes $500 million, but you really sometimes you gotta take or just say screw it, get Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman to come back and put it on Netflix. They have the money. They can splurge a lot of money on whatever they want in their movies. Why can't they do the same thing with Hellboy?
Yeah,
They
put it on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Like in shape to play Hellboy.
Also, Ron Perlman, like, isn't he like in his 60s or 70s? So
Yeah.
it's like I don't even know if he could do it now.
And I don't
Like,
think
you know.
no one can outdo Ron Perlman as Hellboy. That's my take on it, right? Ron Perlman is the Hellboy of my generation.
They might as well just make an animated movie and have him voice the character.
Yeah.
That's what they did because they had the straight to DVD releases that came out around the time when those movies came out, and he voiced Hellboy in that. So it's like, why
And he did a good job.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So yeah,
They
they
even
did
voiced Hellboy in the Injustice crossover or the
Injustice.
DLC character.
Yeah. Injustice
Oh yeah,
video game.
yeah, that'd be good. But yeah, if they did an animated series with this type of style, like the comics, I would totally watch that. I think they need to do that at this point. I don't see this movie coming out and like even if this movie was made for 10 cents, I don't even know if people are going to go see it.
Anthony says if this was a fan film made for $50K, I'd be positive about it. But for a movie that has $30 million budget, no, just no. LOL.
Where does the money go besides the actors' pay checks?
But it has a $30 million
locations maybe, and okay, sorry, you were supposed to say.
I was going to say that it has a $30 million budget. Like, no.
I've seen movies that cost cheaper than $30 million look more big budget than this.
Exactly. And even that Green Lantern fan film looks better than this.
Yeah, and those are just the behind the scenes shots.
And don't make me say Spider-Man Lotus is better than this. I don't want to get that movie.
Oh boy, did I go that
That's
far?
a whole can of worms to open.
Yeah, let's not even 10 feet bowl it.
Sorry.
Like, are they trying to make another franchise with this? Like, if say this movie is successful, like how?
I would just give up at this point. If they're really scared of just not losing money, then don't make it. Just don't even try. Give it to a streamer that actually has money, and they'll do it. Amazon,
Yeah.
Apple,
Netflix,
or mostly Netflix. Like they have the money. They say, bring
Netflix did the animated stuff, and they really did well with it.
Yeah, they make a lot of anime stuff on almost every franchise, like Terminator, Tomb Raider. I can see Hellboy being an anime. I would watch that, or a movie, or anything with Hellboy. I would watch it if it has money, talented people behind it, behind the camera, director, writers. That would be the best thing the best Hellboy content since the Guillermo del Toro ones. This is baffling to me.
Yeah, definitely.
If this comes out in theaters, I'll be.
It is
even more.
It is.
No,
It
is.
It is. It's coming out in theaters. Can you see? It says it here. Releasing in theaters later this year.
Oh no!
Oh boy, this movie is going to make $50 million.
You know, when I watched the trailer before I went to sleep yesterday, and I thought about it. You know how there's the whole Crooked Man poem? They could have just saved by having the Crooked Man poem play on it. You know how it goes.
You got Anthony says he wish Max was here. So do I. I really wish Max was here. He told me that he'd try.
Wait, what take could he have?
Tell us, Anthony, what take did he have on this? But I wish Max was here. Max did say to me that he'll try and make his best to make an appearance in tonight's stream,
He's
but
sleep.
there was no. But I think he's sleeping. But that doesn't. It doesn't. He gave me permission to stream, so don't worry, guys. And I'm trying my best to be as entertaining, giving you as much movie news and discussion for you guys, so at least there is conversation, right? And I'm giving you guys something. It's better than nothing. Better than no stream at all. Anyway, but yeah, this comes out in theaters. No, just a big no for me.
You know
I
what?
probably will still see it because I want to see. I just want to see what they came.
Morbid curiosity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, you're gonna go see it?
I mean,
I did the same. We did the same thing with Madam Web. We were like, I was morbidly curious of how bad it was gonna be, and I was like, you know what? Maybe Crooked Man seems like a really stupid bad, like The Room kind of bad, whatever crappy movie that came out in the 2000s. I'm like, I'm curious to see how this is gonna go.
Right, yeah. So we do have a couple of topics before we wrap up, and this actually is a very good one. Here's a topic: is John Cena and Aquafina?
That's what she looks like. I've only heard her voice here and there, and
I saw
people talking about it. This is the first time seeing what she actually looks like.
She looks like.
I saw the trailer.
What do you think of the trailer? I just saw the trailer today, and like
it looks just like any other big studio comedy like you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
And I have nothing against Aquafina. I like Aquafina. I just feel like she's almost everywhere. In terms of animated movies, like I said this with DL when we talked about Kung Fu Panda 4, I feel like she's everywhere. She was in Little Mermaid. She was in Kung Fu Panda. She was Rhino Last Dragon. She was in Migration from Illumination. Like almost every studio she's hopping around in. And it's like, it's almost like a cliche at this point. Any animated film is always Aquafina, or any comedy with Aquafina in it. And like, she's in this one movie called The Farewell, where she plays a dramatic role, and she was actually good in it. And now she's relegated to these really, really bland comedies, and it's like, okay, I've seen this stuff before. And the trailer is very bad, and it just plays it's again another trailer where you play Holding Out for a Hero for the 45th millionth time.
I need a hero.
I'm like,
I
I like that song, but they use that all the time in all the movies and TV shows, and it's so grating.
What's the comparison? I mean,
there's some couple funny stuff in there. I like John Cena. John Cena's funny. John Cena's funny when he
has a good agent.
And everyone has to pay their bills somehow.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, if you're on the job, do your thing.
As a John Cena fan, not gonna lie, I am actually looking forward to this because it has got the likes of MGK and
MGK's in it,
and the guy from what's it called, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
Oh,
he's in this film too.
Have him in it. Simu Liu's in it too.
Yes, Simu Liu's in this film too.
Shang-Chi reunion.
Shang-Chi reunion. Yes, here we go. So, this is gonna be real interesting. How many people watch this movie? I'm very much intrigued to see how much it makes at the box office. Or not box office, how much numbers it'll make.
Prime.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
If it's on Prime, then how many people will watch it?
How many people will watch it on Prime?
I probably may not watch it. It's probably just gonna fly under my radar. It's just like whatever.
Yeah,
did you know what? I'm gonna try and get Perp to watch this film. I don't get
why.
Because he's a big fan of action scenes and whatnot. So
okay,
I guess yeah. You give him a punch, you give him explosions, he'll be satisfied.
Yeah, we would love to see that. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. If unless you got any other topics you guys want to add.
Really?
How do y'all feel about Max and Paramount Plus possibly merging?
Oh yeah, Max and Paramount Plus merging. That's
honestly, I'm not against that because I'll be real. I don't really use Paramount Plus that much.
Me neither. I don't know why Paramount didn't just release actual app on Paramount Plus since nobody's watching it. It was like that'll give them something to.
Well, I've been kind of saying this for a while because the big streamers, because these studios are losing money because of their streaming service. Paramount Plus is kind of maybe not the reason, but one of the many reasons as to why they're losing money. Paramount Plus is becoming a detriment. Like same thing with Peacock, same thing with Max. I mean, I use Max quite a bit, but I feel like they should just get rid of those streaming services and just focus on Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, and maybe Max. There's a lot of people that use Max a lot, but it's just every studio trying to have their own streaming service is gonna backfire. Just license your content go on Netflix or Amazon. That's where everybody pays, and they make the bulk of their money.
Yeah, do what Sony's doing.
Yeah, like Sony.
That's the one smart thing Sony's doing.
Yeah,
Victor saying, wait, Max should shut it down? Not our Max.
HBO Max. I still call it HBO Max. I still think it's a pretty dumb name.
Yeah, it's easier to just have the HBO in the front of it.
Yeah.
Because I imagine calling it talking about Max, like wait, our Max or streaming service,
or all the Maxes around the world. That's like
we got a streaming service. And hey, also remember the very first Mission Impossible movie?
Yeah.
Well, Tom Cruise was trying to look for whatever information by just doing www.max.com, then looking for the bad guy whose name was Max.
Jacob is saying Max is the worst streaming service ever.
I don't think that's the worst one.
Maybe
Peacock is very frustrating.
He says they should have kept HBO as the most iconic name.
Yeah,
I would have to agree with you.
It's just when it comes to streaming,
even the whole Harry Potter thing is coming to streaming too as well. Like,
it's been hopping between Peacock and Max.
Yeah, it's like no.
Like, are you talking about the new show or
yeah. It's been confirmed.
Yeah. I think that shows the HBO on the cable network.
Yeah,
and
it's coming
and Lanterns too.
Yeah, and Lanterns, which is really interesting. But all in all, though, honestly, it's interesting how Paramount and WB and all of this stuff is kind of merging and whatnot, right?
I think they should shut them down.
I think honestly, it should just be Apple, Netflix. That's it.
That's it. Apple and Netflix. So get rid of Disney. Get rid of Hulu. Get rid of.
And Disney.
Peacock.
Just have Disney.
Or also Amazon, because people have. Yeah. I have Prime. Well, I have
Prime as well.
I have Prime
just to get. Yeah. I only watch a couple of shows, like Paramount Plus Peacock. I only watch Peacock because if it's a new season of the show, and I will cancel it.
I only see Peacock because of the WWE thing.
Well, yeah, there's an audience for that, but for me, I watch Twisted Metal and that Bel Air show. That's a good show, by the way.
Yeah, Bel Air,
Bel Air. So, but it's coming back to season 3 for August, so I'm about to boot that back up.
Okay.
I cannot wait for WWE to go to Netflix. It'll make things so much smoother for me.
So much easier for us. So much easier. Yeah. So we'll do our outros. DL, obviously, will come to you last. But first, let's do our guest. Pika, let the world know where you're coming up on your channel. Please, thank you for coming on as our guest for MME International stream. It was, it was great having you on the show. As per se, and it was great having a discussion with you about all the topics, and I had a blast just talking with you, movie and TV and all of that stuff?
Yeah, well, because it's coming out in the next 20 days, there's the Crisis on Infinite Earth, the part 3, and with that, the final 4 issues that I still need to cover for in comparing those cover those and compare how it was with the animated movie. Then, like I said previously, I have the Superman Doomsday movie from 2007. I'm still working on that video script in covering it. And then after that, there's Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I have not started working on that yet, but I said I would do it at the end of my Reign of Superman video. And also, on my off time, I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts 2, which, well, by the way, I have the light novels for the game.
Ooh. So guys, if you haven't followed, if you want to subscribe and please help support everybody within the community, please go subscribe to Pika Shades on his YouTube page. The link is in the chat right now. And if you want to check him out on Twitter, then there's also the link to his Twitter handle as well. Please go follow him. Please go show him support. Here at MME, we like to support each other and show that support to everyone. Figure Drawing says Kingdom Heart manga has some legit Disney.
Shiro Amano is a great mangaka.
Okay, cool. Blue Jay, my good buddy.
What's up?
Let them know what you're coming up on your channel.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Don't you have a game you got set
I'm not as consistent as you guys are, but I mean, I do tier list. See, this is my channel handle on my thing on StreamYard, Blue Movies 214. Blue Cinema. It was called Aqua Cinema, but I changed it because I hated the name.
Okay.
But wait, what is it now?
Blue
Movies? Wait, what?
Movies.
Oh, this is my handle, Blue Movies 214.
And then what'd you change it to again?
Blue Cinema.
Blue Cinema.
Blue Cinema. So
yeah, that's my YouTube handle. But if you want to, you can go to my main channel at what was it again? Let me just look. I'm on
what's the name of my channel?
You gotta have everything the same. I'm just saying.
At Blue, hold on. I'm gonna do it right now. Booyah.
Put it in the chat.
Blue Boy 214.
You have
The
too many
best
handles,
boy.
man.
The best boy.
You gotta minimize something, bro.
Exactly.
No.
All right. And as for you, DL, what have you got coming up on your channel?
Okay, so you can simply follow me at I am DL. That is my YouTube channel. And this right here is my X thing, I am DL. So I talk about movies and shows and everything in nerdy geek culture. And you could also find me on MME whenever I decide to come in. So I'm going through the Beverly Hills Cop movies, and then I will watch Axel F and give you a review on that as well. And then tomorrow, I'm going to start my reviews for the Alien franchise. The review for the first Alien should be up tomorrow morning. And then next week, we're going to start the live streams for the Deadpool movies. I'm going to do a live stream on the first Deadpool next week. And then the week after that, Deadpool 2, leading into Deadpool and Wolverine. And you guys are welcome to join me if you guys want to talk some Deadpool. So that's
I can't wait to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine with you when we get down to the spoiler review for that.
Yes.
As for me, you guys can follow me on Twitter at @TLadiaPlays_. That's where my Twitter handle is. That is where I post everything DC, Marvel, video games, all of that stuff. As for what I got coming up on my channel, well, I've got a members panel stream tomorrow where I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff that we talked today, plus gaming news. So I'm a big gamer, advocate for gaming, so I'm going to be talking about that. And also, I'm going to be doing My Adventures with Superman, Season 2, Episode 8. And I'm going to be reacting to that with Jared from Comics League. And oh boy, it's going to be a very interesting episode, to say the least, because it's got Brainiac taking over Superman's mind. So I've seen a little clip of it, and let's just say it's going to be very interesting to see how Jared reacts when what happens to Superman. I just can't wait to see his reaction.
I can't wait for that episode,
Yeah.
man. I'm so glad I got renewed for a third season. I cannot wait.
I know.
VJ, you're more than welcome to join us for the reaction. Just saying.
I know, but I forget.
I'm just saying, man. I stream it on my channel every week, so you're more than welcome to hop in for that. You know, just let me know.
Yep.
So, guys, before we end, make sure you like the stream. Let me know. Give us a feedback on the channel in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts on the topics we discussed. Do you think that Talaji did a good job? Myself, and let us know what we could improve on for future MME international streams. I will take a look at the comments for future. And Chubby Teddy just comes in and says, "Man, I'm pumped for ZSJL in theaters. Up to intermission. If not, I'll make." Chubby Teddy, man, I missed you, bro. I missed you. But yeah, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts and opinions of the subject of what we've discussed, from the Zack Snyder topic to the Superman set photos, the Fantastic Four, Hellboy, the what else was there? The Jackpot movie, and so much more, guys. Feel free to subscribe to Max's channel and subscribe to DL's channel, because we are on DL's channel at the same time. Feel free to subscribe to both their channels, and please support Max and DL as much as you can. And also follow him at MME, you know, Max Movies 1, I think it is, on Twitter. So make sure you do go check him out on Twitter. And DL, you just got a question. You've been lifting.
Oh yeah, I'd be going to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week. So
man, I'm swole. What are you talking about?
shit.
He's flexing. He's flexing, everybody. All right.
It might beat me
So,
up.
like I said, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And we hope to see you next month for another guest member. We're hoping to get either Axel or Axel Droger, possibly, or somebody else from within the community that is international, because we are trying to make this a little bit more international for you guys. At least you guys then know, oh yeah, Talaj is doing something with MME International. So we are trying to do this. But hopefully Max will be back tomorrow for MME. Usual stuff with, I believe it's the mic drop. So hopefully they'll do a show this week, or maybe it's the power hour. You never know. So until then, DL, take us out with the final words.
Oh, me? Jesus. Final words. I've never done that. Well, actually, no, I have been doing it all my life. I've been doing random stuff, but there's actually I would actually have a topic that will lead into the final words. But like, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow all these good gentlemen here, and we will catch you guys next time. I'm having a hard time. Talani put me on the spot. This is what happens.
All right. On that note, we're out. Peace out.